Hello children, today we are going to discuss the part 2 of chapter number 15, Emperor Akbar. So in the previous class children, we have studied about what is history, the whole series of past events connected with a particular person or thing. In the previous class, we have also learnt who were Mughals. Mughals or Mughal dynasty ruled northern India from the early 16th century to the mid 18th century. So, the Mughal Empire was ruled by Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan and Aurangzeb from 1526 till 1707. We have also learned about Akbar and Akbar the Great. Akbar was the Mughal emperor from 1556 until his death. He was the third and the greatest ruler of Mughal dynasty in India. He was born on 14th October 1542 and he died on 27th October 1605. And his parents' names were Humayun, his father, and Hamda Banu Begum, his mother. Now children, today we will learn Akbar as a ruler. Akbar was a kind and just ruler. He looked after his people well. He often disguised himself to check if the people were happy. Akbar was fond of music and respected poets. Akbar abolished many unjust pilgrim taxes of Hindus which they have to pay for their pilgrims. The greatest Mughal, Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar, popularly known as Akbar, created a library of over 24,000 volumes written in Sanskrit, Hindustani, Persian, Greek, Latin, Arabic and Kashmiri. Cultural achievements. Akbar was a patron of art and literature. Though he did not receive any formal education during his childhood, he was a versatile genius. He encouraged the study of astronomy, mathematics, logic, and history. It is said that his library had more than 4,000 manuscripts. Yes, children, what are manuscripts? The writings which are written by hand are called manuscripts. He could understand the fine points of poetry, art, religion and philosophy. Deen-e-Ilahi or religion of God was formed by him, which was a mixture of good elements of the different religions. The comparative study of different religions led Akbar to form the Deen-e-Ilahi, meaning divine faith. The new faith included the good points at all religions. It believed in one supreme God. The basic purpose of the formation of Deen-e-Ilahi is universal harmony. The idea of tolerance in this faith did not discriminate between people of different religions. It focused on a system of ethics like justice, peace, honesty, etc., which were universally applicable. Yes, children, now we should learn more about Akbar. He could not read or write. He consulted leaders of many religions. He wanted religious harmony and toleration. He wants all to accept India's diversity. He modernized the army and introduced land reforms. Here you can see the map, the Mughal Empire at Akbar's death at 1605. The marked area with green was the Akbar's areas. So children, Emperor Akbar was such a great personality that he was fond of poets, singers and writers and others who were having good intellectual powers. So here is the list in which you can see the Navratnas in Akbar's court. First, Birbal, Tansen, Abul Fazl, Faizi, Raja Todarmal, Raja Man Singh, Abul Rahim Khan, Fakir Azio Din, Mullah Do Piazza. In other words, we can also say them 9 gems of Mughal emperor in Akbar's court. The Mughal ruler Akbar was a great lover of artists and educated people. His passion for knowledge and interest in learning from great minds attracted him to men of genius to his court, known as the 9 courtiers of Emperor Akbar or Navratnas. So, here is the list. We will discuss it one by one. Akbar's court was adorned by 9 distinguished men from different fields. They were called Navratans and included Abul Fazl, who wrote Akbarnama and Aine Akbari; Faizi, who translated the Mahabharata and Ramayana into Persian; Abul Rahim Khan was famous for his dohas. Todar Mal was his revenue minister, Man Singh his military general, Birbal his constant companion, famous for his intelligence and sharp wit. Tansen, the great singer and musician, he is said to have composed Rag Darbari in Akbar's honor. Fakir Aziuddin, a mystic and one of Akbar's chief advisors, and Mullah Do Piazza was a scholar known for his wit. Now children, let's study Akbar as builder. Many architectural masterpieces were built at his time. Agra Fort in 1565, Lahore Palace 1572, Fatehpur Sikri, Buland Darwaza and Allahabad Fort in 1583 were built during his time. Places Akbar built. Akbar built a number of beautiful buildings including the Fatehpur Sikri. You can see in the picture. Both Agra Fort and Fatehpur Sikri are made up of red stone. Emperor Akbar was fond of flying kites. He also enjoyed playing chess. So let's study the conclusion of this chapter. Akbar is regarded as one of the greatest rulers of India. He built a vast empire and gave the empire political and administrative unity. He restored it to war only when all the other means failed. He did a great service to the nation by bringing about religious unity. He promoted art, architecture, literature, music and painting and gave them unique Indian color. Yes children, let's study about Akbar's death. Akbar died in year 1605 and after his death, Jahangir, the son of Akbar, forcefully ascended the throne of Akbar. Here you can see the picture of Jahangir. So children, let's study about famous scholars during King Akbar's era. William Shakespeare, he was the English playwright. Ivan the Terrible, he was the king of Russia. Queen Elizabeth I, she was the ruler of England. Galileo Galilei, he was the Italian astronomer. And Sant Tulsidas, he was the Indian poet. So children, it's activity time. You have to find out the 5 famous monuments built by Emperor Akbar. Paste the pictures and name them. Also write 1 line for each monument. Thank you.